Hey there folks, and welcome to this video. Here I'm going to be talking about Lewis Hamilton, and I'm going to be talking about him and the contract talks with Mercedes. Because, well, this is all that we actually do know for sure right now. Lewis Hamilton currently doesn't have a contract in F1, and Mercedes currently doesn't have a contracted driver alongside Valtteri Bottas. Which means that, well, probably the most prized seat in Formula 1 is technically still up for grabs. Though what we have heard from Toto Wolff is it's up to the fine details to finish negotiating a contract, and it's in both the team's and Lewis's interests, as they've both expressed multiple times, to keep racing together. Now, of course, there is speculation rife around the paddock, because F1 likes a story like that. There are some things where people say, oh, it's as big as the contract duration length, or how much he's being paid. There are others who are saying, oh, it's because he wants to have shares in the team, or shares in revenue from the team. And, well, this is all speculation at this point. And, of course, there are people who are always entertaining the possibility of what happens if they just say, okay, we'll put Russell in the car for a lot less. And, well, this video is basically saying, oh, I've acknowledged these points because, well, I haven't really talked about this contract stuff so far on this channel. But also, I want to discuss why I haven't really talked about that. And it's largely because this isn't really anything new in F1. I mean, was it 1993, I think? Senna decided to famously not sign a deal with McLaren. And it was already partway through the season that he'd signed a full-time deal with McLaren. Instead, he was being paid race by race. Now, I'm not saying that Hamilton's going to copy the guy who he saw as like his icon when he was starting off karting, but don't rule it out that the statistical greatest of F1 would go to going on a race-by-race contract, especially if he's coming towards the end of his career. I think the problem is that, well, this is what I see, there are people in the Mercedes kind of company, not necessarily the team, who do want to see George going into a car. They don't want to be giving Lewis a 5-year contract in case Lewis partway through decides, you know what, I'm going to activate the brake clause, and he's still getting paid in some regards, and they're like, we don't want to be keeping the guy on the books, especially when he's probably going to be the highest paid person in the team if he's not going to be racing for us. But at the same time, I don't think they really want George in the car right now. He's probably going to win races if he was put in the car for this season. But neither him nor Bottas would be up for a title battle. And that's the way for Mercedes to surely end their dominance of this set of regulations, by having somebody who's in his first season of F1 having driven 2 years and barring one race with one of, if not the, at times, slowest car on the grid. And somebody who, whilst he's an accomplished driver and is a brilliant sporting act, still hasn't made the step up to be in a regular season-long title battle, despite being in the best car alongside the world champion since 2017. So I think what's happening is Mercedes is going to evaluate their options for the end of 2021, maybe the end of 2022, because I believe they probably want to keep consistency going into new regulations, but that depends on how both Bottas and Russell perform this year. They probably also won't be bringing in Ocon, though he is also a realistic chance if he performs well this year at Alpine. But those are my thoughts. Like I said, a lot of this at the moment feels a bit like a non-story for me, so I haven't really covered it much, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.